Hey, David Stewart here. I was doing a video on Villa-Lobos Etude 1, and I thought it might be a good opportunity to demonstrate how to play harmonics on the classical guitar. If you're playing harmonics on the electric guitar, it's the same principle. I'll do another video specifically on the technique known as pinch harmonics. But for now, let's just talk about harmonics on the guitar in general. What a harmonic is, it has that sort of sound. There's a lot of famous pieces that use them. They're a really common sort of extended technique. The way that you generate a harmonic on a stringed instrument is basically, scientifically has to do with where you press the string and what harmonics you're canceling. When you're playing an open string, you're actually getting a field of pitches. You're not getting one pitch. You're not getting just that low E as a sine wave, which would be closer to that. Okay, you're getting the E, you're getting the octave above it, you're getting the octave above that, you're getting the fifth above it, you're getting a whole bunch of fields of extra notes, and the loudness of those, what are called overtones, they're called overtones, the loudness of them is what gives an instrument its typical tone, its typical sound. The reason a piano sounds like a piano, a guitar sounds like a guitar, okay? It has to do with how loud those are and how they change as the tone extends, what makes a trumpet sound like a trumpet and a clarinet sound like a clarinet. Now we can create harmonics, we can actually do the same thing on a violin by touching the string in particular places. And the first one that you should try to master is at the 12th fret. You can find the 12th fret on a classical guitar very easy. It lines up with where the body connects with the neck. So if you just run your hand up here, there's the 12th fret, okay? And you could try just touching lightly the strings to produce it. Whenever you produce a harmonic, you're not pressing the strings, you're touching lightly. So when you take your hand away, it'll actually keep ringing. And what you're doing there is you're silencing the length of vibration that happens between the nut and the bridge, which is what's called the fundamental. It's the longest frequency that's vibrating. Because the string is actually vibrating to produce those overtones in several different mathematical ways. It's vibrating along its entire length. It's vibrating at half, a third, a quarter, a sixth, an eighth, on down, a fifth, all the different fractions it's vibrating at, and that's what gives it its colorful overtones. So when we're touching at the 12th fret, we're actually touching exactly halfway through the string. And what that does is it silences that fundamental, the lowest note. And if you listen very carefully, I'm going to play a good loud fundamental, and I'm going to touch where the harmonic is at the 12th fret, and you're going to hear that note was there all along. If you listen carefully. Hear it? Okay? So all we're doing when we play a harmonic is we're silencing that fundamental and we're letting another note come out and be the loudest. And the lowest tone we hear in a field, our brain is going to automatically identify as the note that's being played. It's quite fascinating. So our brain is not identifying that note as being the one that's being played because there's a lower note in the same field. Our brain is very efficient at figuring that out. So you could try just touching lightly the strings at the 12th fret to produce harmonics, this beautiful glass-like harmonics. You can also try those at a couple of different other frets. You can try it at the 7th fret. Produces a different set of overtones. Now when you're playing, if you really want it to ring out, press lightly, touch lightly, and pull your hand away, and that'll let it ring out the most. Okay, you can try it at the 5th fret here. Try it at the 4th fret. Not quite as loud. It's a little easier to get them out on the 6th string. Try it at the 3rd fret. Pretty loud. This is a good guitar. Right above the 2nd, right above the 1st. Not really coming out. Oh, almost got it. Just barely. So the closer you get to the nut, the smaller the fraction of the length of string you're allowing to vibrate, the quieter those harmonics are, the less energy they are, because there's less of the string vibrating. So you notice these are the loudest. These are a little bit quieter. These are a little bit quieter. These are a little bit quieter. Until it just starts to not have a whole lot of tone to it. But that's how you play harmonics. We can also play what are called artificial harmonics. Artificial harmonics are producing the sound of a harmonic on a tone that normally wouldn't be possible with open strings. And the way that we're going to do those is we're going to basically shorten the string by pressing a fret with our left hand. That's a G. We could play the harmonic at the 12th fret by going 12 frets up from where that is pressed and touching very lightly with the index finger of the right hand. Okay, and then you could play that string with this finger or the thumb. I like the thumb is like nice and loud. Okay, so we can actually play like a whole song that way. There we go. Okay, so artificial harmonics. All you have to do is know the harmonics: 12th, 7th, 5th, 4th, 3rd. Okay, and then go up from there. Usually, if you're going to do an artificial harmonic, you're going to choose to do it on a fairly strong harmonic: 12th fret, 7th fret, something like that. To produce the sound of a harmonic, you probably wouldn't want to do 3rd fret here. Not really going to sound like anything. So that's artificial harmonics. Those are really useful. Produce some really beautiful glass-like tones on any note that you want. And incidentally, you can, of course, play all your harmonics with the right hand. So, again, what we're doing is we're pressing with the left hand, touching with the right hand, playing with our thumb or our ring finger. Okay? That's what's called an artificial harmonic. Let me give you a couple of examples where you might see these. In the Villa-Lobos, Prelude number 4, the middle section is all in harmonics. Let it ring together. Okay, really beautiful. Now, let's talk a little bit about how the right hand does this. If you're just playing normal harmonics, you can use whatever technique for your right hand, but I do recommend, you'll notice that the closer you play to the bridge, the more ponticello you play, the more they'll ring out, because you're silencing less other harmonics. Quiet, louder, 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 okay? So play close to the bridge if you want a nice, bright sound, okay? This is from Jorge Morel. Okay, we'll see those a lot. What's a really famous one that has it? There's a lot of pieces out there that have artificial and regular harmonics in them. So if you see them, this is how they're notated. One last final note: they're notated in like a diamond-shaped note, like this. Okay, they'll be, you know, the note head, instead of being round, will be in the shape of a diamond or like a square, and that indicates that you're going to play that note as a harmonic. There's no real prescribed way about people notating harmonics on guitar. Some pieces will notate the actual pitch they want you to play, whether it's artificial or not. Other pieces, particularly Villa-Lobos, will notate where you're going to be pressing on the guitar, so to speak, and the pitch that comes out, the pitch that is heard. So I hope that's helpful. That's a quick introduction to harmonics and how to play artificial harmonics. You use them in a lot of pieces, so have fun with them. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.